Okay, this channel download started coming through. Something is jumping out of order and it's speeding up while it jumps. Hiding in plain sight, but two different types of energies hiding in plain sight. So one of the energies hiding in plain sight is being hidden by design, by creator energy. The other is hidden by deception. They are cloaking, hiding themselves through deceptive means. And the roles are reversing. Okay. It feels less like... okay. Roles are reversing predator and prey. Someone thinking that they are the predator now becoming prey. And the hiding energies are squealing of tires outside for confirmation. And the hiding energies, the hidden energies are being seen on both sides. So the more that the collective that's healing and on their path and moving in a transparent, honest way, the more that they are the more that they are being seen for who they truly are, the more that the ones that are trying to cloak and hide in deception are being seen for who they truly are as well. This is micro and macro energy. Okay, Source, what else do you have about this, please? South Node. The past. Or what makes you feel safe and secure, which South Node energy is comfort zone. It's what you know, it's what you're familiar with. Not that it's actually comfortable, but it is more comfortable because you know what to expect. It's familiar. Okay, what sign is this? What is happening with this energy? 12th house also, so hidden, subconscious. This could be hidden enemies. People that aren't. This is betray you behind your back. Judas energy. Not outright letting you know that they're coming against you, putting on a pretty face and a smile and a friend-shaped type of energy, while behind the scenes they are the ones delivering the blows. Which feels a lot like collective. If you've had a lot of people smile in your face while talking trash about you behind your back, while setting you up behind your back, all of that is being seen. And I'm doing a circle. All of that is coming full circle. Cloves could be significant. Protection. Pisces. I'm gonna look something up. Dissolution. Dissolving. So the false narratives are dissolving. Spirit source with the 12th house is stepping in and removing these false narratives that allow people to sit in a familiar comfort zone instead of doing the work. And I'm like shifting the cards just slightly, which is giving me the energy of They put a lot of effort and time into trying to keep things a certain way, trying to keep the narratives looking a certain way, trying to keep the image of others in a certain light while keeping their own image in a false light. But somebody's growth, somebody who's been going through, or the collective has been going through massive growth spurts where it wasn't visible on the surface, which really caused these people to dig themselves, confirmation, energy clearing, really caused these people to dig themselves into a hole that they can't get out of, because they continued to dig, thinking, confirmation back there, thinking that the collective wasn't doing anything. And then on the surface, the growth started popping out. So this is like a plant that's growing deep, solid, healthy roots under the soil that nobody can see, while having this dinky little nothing, one leaf maybe, tiny nothing of it above the surface, so it looks like nothing. And then all of a sudden leaves just start coming out. It starts growing rapidly above the surface because it has laid that foundational growth of roots underneath. And this person, these people did not expect that. They did not see what you were, who you were, and what you were doing behind closed doors or under the surface. And they've stuck to this very careful placement for so long that they can't go back. There is no, I was mistaken, I made a mistake, it was an accident. There was not you. They can't go to that. They can't lean on that, because what they did was systematic and it was repeated over long periods of time. They cried wolf for so long that people are seeing that they are the wolf. They are the predator. They are the one causing the conflict. So they weren't lying about there being a problem. They weren't lying about there being a threat. They weren't lying about there being a wolf. They were just lying that the wolf was actually them. The threat was actually them. Okay, source, why does the collective need to know this? I feel like many people who are in these shoes already know this. Why are we delivering this message? Because the cross watchers watch just as much, if not more, than the collectives watch. Okay? Something is definitely unraveling out of order, and it's messing everything up for these energies that have been leaning on deception. Nothing out of this deck? Okay, so collective, if you're the one watching, you don't need, this is the before tarot that I had in my hand. There's the 7 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You don't need to know what happened before. Ace, you don't need to know what happened before, because like, you don't need me to tell you what happened before, because you already know what they were doing before with the Ace of Swords. You have complete clarity and truth on what they were doing. While you were potentially praying and begging for it to stop. Praying and begging for people to just leave you alone, or for people to see the reality instead of these lies. You already know what they did before. So this is the after tarot now. So what does the collective need to know? Why else do we need to put this message out? Collective, slow down. If you're getting a rushing energy, slow down. 3 of Pentacles. Collaboration. Working on something together. And that's under South Node. There are people involved in this that you didn't expect to be involved in this. There are people who collaborated with that you don't expect to be involved. You know what was done. You know the intent, but you don't know the full scope of who was helping with this. 2 of Pentacles blocked. These collaborations can't work together anymore. They can't balance, they can't carry what they did. They can't carry the weight of what they've done. Okay. We've got the 7 of Cups reversed. We've got the Sun reversed. We've got the 9 of Pentacles in the upright. So collective, you moving away and creating your independence, standing on your own, moving away from groups that you were directed to move away from. The dissolving of those groups and illusions is happening. The illusions that they painted is being seen. The things that they tried to hide. The Sun in reverse for me gives very much the Moon card, which is like hidden. It's behind closed doors, secretive. That stuff is coming to light. The things that they tried to hide, the fact that they tried to prevent your happiness, it's coming to light. They tried to hide the illusions, but they can't. And these people may not be in the best emotional state either. Sun in reverse can sometimes mean depression. They may not be in the best emotional state because they're being seen for who they really are. There's the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. King of Pentacles reverse at the top of the deck. They're being seen for who they are. Greedy, selfish, unnurturing, unproviding. Everything with an ulterior motive and agenda, while you're standing in your power. So a lot of Earth out here as well. A lot of Pentacles. So they definitely were trying to hit your stability. They may have been trying to keep you in survival mode, because if they can keep you in survival mode, worrying about the essentials, the things that are necessary for you to survive, then you can't, as we've got sirens in the background, Archangel Michael maybe helping sort this out, maybe helping protect you from this stuff. Maybe helping you transmute and process through this stuff. It's getting closer. These people may have wanted you to feel rejected as well. Or they may have outright rejected you. not wanted you to feel rejected. They may have outright rejected you. They may have outright done and said things to let you know you're not a part of our group. You're not a part of this system. You're not a part of our family. You're on the outside. We've got this circle and you're out here. And it feels like they were trying to do that, or were doing that, to try to prevent this independent energy. So they may have seen this long before you saw it. And they were trying to knock you down a few pegs, get you to conform, get you to bow and cower to them, and beg for a place in their circle. Huge fire, bunch of black smoke. Just a second. Okay. It was close. About 600 feet or so. It was a dumpster fire. So have a dumpster fire happen during the reading, I feel, is very significant. I'm kind of chuckling because I went outside to see how close it was, and I could see the remnants as stuff that was originally was on fire before, ashes falling close over here. So collective, you may need to know this. I feel like this is the wrap up, because I asked specifically, why do we need to know this? The dumpster fire that these people tried to create for you in your life is backfiring on them, and may have created that same energy and fire within their own lives. And if this is more than one, we do see group activity. So if this is a group, then that means that it's more than one person that is experiencing this. You're going to see the fallout of that. You're going to see in some way or another, and I am not telling you to go hunt this down and look for it. Not at all. Okay? I saw that close and was told, go outside and see. And I went outside. So there's going to be something like that. You're going to be called to open your social media at a certain time, or go to a certain store at a certain time. Something, you're going to be called to do something, and it's going to show. And the ashes, the remains of the destruction that is happening, you're going to see that. I've seen a lot of fires around. I have never seen 600 feet could be significant. I have never seen, so this could be somebody that you had a protective order against. I've never seen ashes from a fire like that falling. You're going to see the aftermath of whatever destruction. All right, let's go here. Ooh, collective, if you know this is for you, you're going to start to see signs in your environment that it's getting close to time. It's getting close to reckoning. And if this is genuinely for you, you need to brace yourself, because it's not going to be something that you want to see. This is not going to be like a giggle, ha ha, good for them type of feeling. I don't feel that at all. It actually feels like grief, sadness, loss. The realization that what you were getting intuitively was real. It wasn't your imagination. It wasn't your overthinking. It wasn't any of that. That's really what was happening. Because for some of you, you haven't gotten documented proof of what has been happening in the background. Develop stronger concentration and recognize divine timing. Step into the unknown in reverse. Okay, collective, this took a drastic turn. The reason that you need to know this is because, like I said, it's going to be brought to you in some fashion. Whether it's source that brings it across your awareness through, I've seen a lot of things come across my FYP that let me know things that were happening in specific people's lives that I would have never known otherwise. I would have never had confirmation otherwise. It can be something like that, or it could be people coming to you with the news of whatever destruction has taken place. And you need to make sure that you are focusing your mind space so that you don't get engulfed into the emotion that is coming from what they are going through. Okay? That doesn't mean that you take joy or pleasure in that. If you take joy and pleasure in seeing other people's destruction, then my page isn't for you. My readings aren't for you unless you're a cross watcher. Then you may be the one that destruction is about to hit. But don't let the consequences of these people's actions completely engulf and derail you. Okay? Don't dive into their unknown. Don't dive into, they need to settle and clean up the fires that are in their lives, just like you had to clean up the fires in your own life. Even fires that you didn't create, you cleaned up in your own life. They need to clean up the mess that they made on their own. This is like going into the kitchen and making a huge mess cooking and expecting someone else to come clean it up because the mess doesn't feel good, because the aftermath, maybe the meal didn't turn out right and didn't go the way that they wanted, and now they're in these heavy emotions with a dirty kitchen. It's not your job to clean that kitchen up. They cooked this up, they acted this out, they need to clean up their mess. This right here develops strong concentration with an 8. Karma, consequences, is giving very strong. They have to do this. They have to walk this so that they can have the transformation that is trying to come to them. They haven't learned up until this point. And if you jump in with your big empathetic heart and try to save them and try to lessen this blow, they're not going to transform. You're going to take on a brunt of the pain and suffering, a brunt of the consequences, and they're going to essentially get away with what they did, and the cycle will repeat again, and they will do it again to you, to others. All right? I've also watched that play out in my life. And the next cycle will not be the same. It will be bigger. It will be uglier. It will be more painful. Because they're not learning the lesson and you're not learning the lesson. A part of the collective's lesson in these cycles closing out is you can't save people from the consequences of their own actions. You can't save people at all. We individually have to save ourselves by doing that internal work. And if you rush to help clean up and help lessen the blow to what they're experiencing, it's going to start the cycle all over again. Godspeed to those who have dug their holes so deep that this is what is transpiring. I don't wish this type of destruction on anyone. And the destruction that they're showing me with is a dumpster fire. Not a big deal. You put out the dumpster and maybe you replace it. It's just a dumpster. when we talk about and think about dumpster fires in our lives, it's usually all encompassing. Collective, Godspeed on your journey as well. There's a reason that some of us have been told don't look back, because it's not going to feel good to see the destruction that some people are going through because of what they tried to do to you, because of what they've tried to do to others, because of the deception that they have perpetuated for years, decades, some of them. It's not going to make you feel good. It's going to hurt. And it's going to be hard not to rush in and try to help. Just remember that you didn't go through your transformations by having people rush in and save you. You went through your transformations by being alone and having to clean up the mess alone. They need to go through those same transformations themselves. And they can't do it with somebody trying to save them. Happy healing.